Have you ever noticed how some people just have it? They walk into a room, and without saying a word, the energy shifts. They aren't the loudest. They aren't trying to impress anyone. Yet, everyone wants to be near them. While most of us struggle to fit in, they seem to effortlessly belong. What do they know that you don't? Trick number 1. The illusion of independence, the Benjamin Franklin effect. We live in a world that worships independence. We are taught that to be strong, we must need no one. We refuse help because we don't want to be a burden. We think that by being self-sufficient, we earn respect. But psychology tells a very different story. When you refuse to ask for help, you aren't showing strength. You are building a wall. You are denying the other person the biological pleasure of being useful. There is a concept known as the Benjamin Franklin effect. It suggests that the best way to win someone over isn't to do a favor for them, but to let them do a favor for you. Why? Because of something called cognitive dissonance. The human brain hates contradiction. When someone helps you, even in a small way like passing a book or giving advice, their brain has to justify that action. It subconsciously tells itself, I am helping this person, therefore I must value them. By asking for help, you aren't being weak. You are signaling trust. You are telling them, I value your existence enough to need you. In a lonely world, that feeling is addictive. Trick number 2. The silent language of belonging, mirroring. Imagine you are in a foreign country where you don't speak the language. Suddenly you hear someone speaking your native dialect. How do you feel? Instant relief, instant safety, instant connection. We are biologically hardwired to seek out our tribe. We trust what is similar to us. This brings us to the second principle, the chameleon effect, or mirroring. But this isn't about copying someone like a mime. That's manipulation. True mirroring is about resonance. It's about tuning your frequency to match theirs. When two people are deeply connected, their bodies naturally synchronize. They lean back at the same time. Their speech patterns align. Their energy levels match. The mistake most people make is trying to force their own energy onto the conversation. If the other person is calm and quiet, and you are loud and energetic, you create dissonance. You become noise to their system. But when you gently adjust your tempo to match theirs, you send a primal signal to their amygdala, the fear center of the brain. You are telling them, I am not a threat, I am like you. It is a form of empathy without words. It says, I see you, and I am with you in this moment. Trick number 3. The mirror of words, spontaneous trait transference. Here is a trap that almost everyone falls into. We think that bonding happens through shared grievances. We complain about the boss, the weather, or a mutual friend thinking it brings us closer. But the human mind makes a simple, clumsy association. It is called spontaneous trait transference. Whatever adjectives you use to describe other people, your listener will subconsciously associate with you. If you constantly talk about how lazy, toxic, or boring others are, your listener's brain begins to link those qualities to your face. You become the carrier of that negativity. You are painting yourself with the same brush you use on others. However, the opposite is equally powerful. When you speak of others with kindness, when you praise someone's intelligence or warmth behind their back, you take on those qualities. You become a source of light. People may not remember exactly what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel. And if you are the person who sees the good in the world, they will assume there is good in you too. Trick number 4. The perfection paradox, the Pratfall effect. We curate our lives. We filter our photos. We rehearse our stories. We are terrified of being seen as flawed. We think that if we are perfect, we will be loved. But perfection is cold. Perfection is distant. In fact, perfection creates anxiety in others because it makes them feel inferior. Psychology offers us a relief, the Pratfall effect. Studies show that people who are generally capable but make small, clumsy mistakes are rated as significantly more likable than those who never mess up. Think about it. Why do we love movie characters who are a bit messy? Why do we laugh when a celebrity trips? Because it breaks the illusion. It makes them human. When you spill your coffee or forget a word or admit you are nervous, you aren't losing status. You are lowering the drawbridge. You are giving the other person permission to be imperfect too. Vulnerability is the currency of connection. When you stop trying to be a statue and allow yourself to be a human, you become reachable. And being reachable is the first step to being loved. Trick number 5. The gift of presence, the triangle gaze. We live in the age of distraction. Even when we are looking at someone, we are often thinking about our next notification, our next reply, or what we need to do tomorrow. Attention has become the rarest resource on Earth. That is why giving someone your full, undivided attention is no longer just polite. It is a superpower. But how do you show attention without staring intensely and making them uncomfortable? You use the triangle technique. Imagine an inverted triangle on the other person's face. One point on their left eye, one on their right eye, and one on their mouth. As they speak, gently rotate your gaze between these 3 points. Look at the eyes to connect. Look at the mouth to show you are processing their words. This creates what psychologists call an active gaze. It signals that you aren't just hearing sound, you are listening to meaning. In a world where everyone is shouting to be heard, the person who truly listens becomes the most important person in the room. You become a sanctuary of silence and understanding. Trick number 6. The anchor of identity using names. Finally, we come to the simplest yet most neglected truth. In our modern society, we are often reduced to numbers. Views, likes, employee IDs, customer tickets. We can go days without feeling like an individual. That is why the sound of our own name is so powerful. It is the anchor of our identity. When you meet someone and you make the effort to remember and use their name, you are doing something profound. You are validating their existence. You are saying, you are not just another face in the crowd. You are an individual. You matter. Don't just use it as a trick. Use it as a form of respect. When you say goodbye, don't just say bye. Say goodbye, Sarah. Watch their eyes light up. It's a small spark of recognition in a cold world. So why do we call these tricks? Maybe that's the wrong word. These aren't hacks to manipulate people. They are reminders of what we have lost. We have forgotten how to ask for help. We have forgotten how to listen. We have forgotten that it's okay to be imperfect. The people who are instantly liked aren't magicians. They are just people who have remembered how to be human. They are people who make others feel safe, seen, and understood. You don't need to change who you are. You just need to stop hiding it. If you want to know how these weird habits can make you a genius, watch this video.